Hello everyone, I am Tacit and welcome to the Gems of War Campaign 14, Week 1, Day 2. So today, of course, we are going to be mostly messing around with the good old faction event we have for Fang Moor. Went over a bunch of teams for it the other day, red-blue restriction if not mistaken, yep, red-blue. Single fire, why is the single firebomb set as our team? I guess we must have been showing something that we need to immediately lose on. Because it's a bit of a weird team to have set. But anyways, looks like we're in a level 2. But, yeah, mostly just that. Mostly just kind of clearing out everything else, because obviously campaign's already done. That is super quick, especially under the new format. I don't believe they have fixed the issue yet with the deeper battles, but once they do, we will go do it. Or, by Saturday, if they haven't done it by then, we'll go do all the little star thingies. And, yeah, we'll go from there. The only other really big thing we have going on this week, then, you know, as far as, like, major events or major new things, is mostly just Friday. Not in that there's an arena event, because that's nothing. But in the fact that we have ourselves a new mythic. And a new mythic's interesting. It's basically a skull spam at start of turn. Mechanic we already have, but it's basically trying to be a better version of it. Keyword on the trying, I'm not sure if it actually is. If it is or not is kind of subjective. But it's basically supposed to try to be a better version of it. It's one of those situations where it's a mythic based on a troop. And they've actually been doing quite a few of those lately. Like a mythic based on a troop that is supposed to be better than the troop, but sometimes the troop itself is actually better. Because not only is the mythic that we're getting this Friday like that, even the campaign mythic that we have like way down the line, in like 8-9 weeks from now, even this thing is based on a ultra rare. That does the same thing but for physical damage instead of true damage, and obviously with no follow-up comparatively. Anyways, let's go do things. Let's actually start with the faction event. Might as well keep talking about it. So as far as the team that we have set, it's basically standard Romaine, so I don't see why not. Seems like a perfectly fine team. Always good to go with Romaine. Honestly, if you can use Romaine for something, it is probably optimal. If it is physically possible to use Romaine somewheres, it is at least half decent. It might not be the best thing you can run, but it is definitely a thing that can be run. You wonder if the campaign will become as dull as the ward events? I don't know. It's both good and bad. My biggest downside with the changes they made to the campaign is they very overly simplified them. So, you know, there's a lot less diversity with it. It's a lot more samey. But they also drastically reduced how long it takes. And honestly, I don't quite mind that. Like, if they did the same thing to, which they kind of did. That's actually something else the most recent patch did that I almost forgot about. I don't even think I mentioned in the video the other day. But one other thing that the patch did that we haven't actually seen yet is they also made the, what's it called, event easier? The Kingdom event. So I'm curious to see if Kingdom events are going to be overall better now, because in theory they should, with however they tweaked it. But yeah, I'm curious to see how that works out. Because honestly, I don't mind them making events take less time. That's actually really good overall, if every event just took slightly less time to end up completing out. As that'd be ideal compared to taking more time. But you know, if they make it a lot duller, then it could be problematic in some situations. But it's also generally more of a benefit as things just take less time. Booty gems. Yeah, we're getting booty gems next season. There's going to be a lot of booty gem memes next season for sure. But we gotta wait about 11 weeks for booty gems. And unfortunately, I don't think we're getting a booty storm. But we are getting booty gems. That's actually a legitimate thing that's happening next season. Assumably next season, based on the fact that it was added as a update, this patch. Which would mean that would have to be pretty soon. And I highly doubt they're just going to add it randomly one week. It's likely the next power gem for the next season, which of course has not occurred yet. Oh no! He has that, that's the most annoying thing in all of this mode. I should have went Black Manacle, so even that wouldn't have fully saved us here. But he has that one Submerge thing. So there's a perk in Underworld from a Legendary room that whenever the enemy casts, they gain Submerge. And it is hands down the most annoying positive effect the enemy can ever get in Underworld. Because every time they ever cast, they get that Submerge. And the worst part is, it works on the power troops too. So if they have Empower like he did, and they immediately cast at the beginning, which they're likely going to do unless you turn one against them, you're going to have to deal with that, which is really annoying. Could we use a class with Banishment? Yes. I'm trying to think. What Banishment class has half mana start? I guess we could go with, isn't there one? There should be one. I cannot think of one off the top of my head. There should be at least one. Because we need to make sure we have half mana starts so we have for Owain as well. That reminds me, I still need to go switch to armor. Oh yeah, mech does. That's true. Good old mech. Mech's one of those ones I always forget about because they actually tweaked it like really, really early on. And I still haven't remembered with like triple damage burning tree back in the day. Because they had that instead of the dispel tree. But it was only for a couple weeks, but I remembered it as the previous form. So sometimes I always think it has like triple damage burning. It's like, oh yeah, you don't have that anymore. You haven't had that in ages. Though we technically do have dispel with Mirage Queen once we get it cast. Because one single Mirage Queen just curses them all. Which is kind of the same, except we have to waste a turn to do so. If we already need it for a kill, I guess it's not quite wasting a turn. What do booty gems do? We actually don't know. But based on their name, I assume they give you gold. And that also means we're probably going to get a bunch of gold boost ratio troops that season. Which is going to be cool. Gold boost ratio and soul boost ratio have kind of been falling behind. Particularly soul boost ratio. But it seems like they might be boosting gold boost ratio teams next season. Giving them a bunch more options. And hopefully gold boost ratio will actually be viable. Because currently, I would say it's not, for the most part. It's a pretty dated, like a lot of troops that have the mechanic are just relatively dated compared to how much damage is in the game now. But I don't know, we'll have to see. But I would assume booty gems would have some kind of correlation to that in one way or another. We're also probably getting a mythic for Blackhawk at the end, if I had to guess. This seems very much thematically like the kingdom that it would go to. Okay, we'll do that. Because that's the only pirate booty kingdom we really have. Alright, 20%. Actually, why am I doing 20%? I just go straight armor. I don't need 20% for anything here. I don't think I do, right? Because we have 50% on you, and you have 75. Okay, yeah, we don't need it for anything. Perfect. So hello, everyone, by the way. Did I even say all the hellos? Hello, Roman. Hello, Ricardo. Hello, Tyrion. Hello, Chad. Hello, Ricardo. Hello, Isabel. Hello, hello, Genki. Hello, Jason. Oh, gosh. I've still had this cough, by the way, for the last couple days. Not sure what it was from. It's still got it. Anyways, hello, Supernova. Hello, Draco. Luckily, it's not been as bad. It was mostly just bad that one day. Hello, Stacy. Hello, Cookie. Hello, Sushi Ninja. Who have I said hello to? Hello, hello, Tyrion. Yeah, the good old booty gems. Lana. Yeah, we are going to have the Adana rework pretty soon. Assuming that's corresponding to the week of its event, the Adana rework should be in 2 weeks from now, actually. Which makes sense. They said it was going to be in May, and well, it is May right now. Let's see. Okay, and that's everyone. Let's go kill all that out. Boom, boom, boom. I've always say booty gem 69 times. Oh, why did I do that? We already had the mana. So how have we not gained that level? Also, once we hit that level, we'll go ahead and add a redeem code, by the way. Might as well. Okay, we'll throw down good old Rowan. No resum in there. We got our tier 5, so we'll take those. I can't remember where the treasure rooms are on this. Is it every single limb on the new Deep Delve? I believe so. Because this is actually the new Deep Delve variant. We haven't been getting too many of these on Tuesday events because, you know, there's just not that many in the game, but, you know, we've increasingly been getting more over time. But, yeah, this is one of the Deep Delve ones. There are currently 7 kingdoms, I want to say, somewhere around there, that now have Deep Delve variants, and this is one of them. Oh, yeah, treasure room, treasure room. Okay, yeah, every single limb is a treasure room. So it has 4 guaranteed treasure rooms. Okay, that makes sense. You want to save the limbs for last, then, ideally. Yeah, it has 4 treasure rooms. Not bad at all. As long as you can farm more gold. Yeah, honestly, gold farming hasn't been as big a deal lately compared to in the past. Mostly because they nerfed a few of the, like, the really good gold options. There's still a lot of good ways to do it, though, in the current state of the game. Like, they never bothered to nerf Cedric. Egg Thief's still amazing. That one Pistol is still good. That one Something in Peril is still good. That one Blue Weapon. There's still some good options out there. Just a lot of them have fallen way far behind. And even one that they tried to update have still been kind of meh. Like, for example, Gogging Good. They did a buff when they did the Broken Spire rework back in November, I want to say? Somewhere around then. And, you know, it made him stronger, but it didn't make him strong enough to actually be viable. So no one bothered using him. Like, they're trying to slowly bring gold teams back. Like, gold boost ratio teams. But they just haven't been making drastic enough changes, so hopefully booty gems will be a big enough of a change, whatever they happen to do. Why save the treasure rooms for last? Mostly so you can build up multipliers so you get more points on them. Mostly just gives you more gold. Also, I said I would hand out a redeem code when we hit level, and that is indeed level. And if I don't do it now, I will forget to do so. So here you guys go. Enjoy. Hey, that reminds me, I need to start asking, Kafka said to start asking, what's her name for codes now? So now I need to go start bothering Jeddo every single month. I mentioned that because I haven't actually gotten a new set of codes this month yet. So even though we still have a pretty healthy amount of codes, I should still go poke Jeddo. Because I technically still haven't gotten codes for the month of May. It's only the second day of May, but still. I should go poke her later and see if we can get a gigantic stack of codes. In case we need some for something coming up. Let's see. Oh, she already contacted you? Wait. I haven't checked Discord today, or yesterday for that matter. Honestly, the entirety of May, I don't think I've checked it. Because it's only been 2 days. Plus, I've been spending a lot of time with my mom because of her birthday. We went out a little bit again today, too. Actually, it's kind of funny. I didn't even realize it until later today. But in all the celebration of her birthday, we've actually had cheese dip literally every day for the last couple days. All from different places. We didn't even intend... Oh, wait, Jeddo already messaged me. Wow. Hold up. Yeah, Genki, she's on it. Wow. Yeah, she sent me a long message. Let's see. I'm not gonna read this aloud in case anything personal. But oh, she even mentioned that Genki got them. Let's see. Cool. Okay. Interesting. Alright. Yeah, she actually sent me one yesterday at right after the stream. Why is it always exactly after the stream? I guess it's just when their work schedule works, but oh, that's so funny. Like pretty much the exact time we ended last night's stream was when she sent me that message, which is why I haven't seen it till now. Oh, that's really funny. I'm not sure why, but they always seem to message around that time. I guess because in Australia time, that's around 11 a.m. or noon. So in their work schedule, it works out like that. But, that always happens. It's always exactly after our stream. Luckily, I didn't actually need more, so it wasn't that big a deal. Alright, throw that down. Yeah, hopefully she'll be on top of it. Because I knew it was sometimes a little bit annoying to contact Kafka. Like, sometimes she'd get it done immediately, other times, you know, it'd be a couple week wait. Which would sometimes leave us codeless. Which isn't too big a deal, though. They're mostly just a little extra thing. I don't even remember how they started. We've actually had them for a very long time at this point. Redeem codes have existed in Gems of War for, I want to say, like 6-7 years now. And we've had them pretty much the entire duration. Because at one point, we were pretty much one of the only content creators for the game. Way back when. It's actually kind of funny because codes were actually down for like a year. There's a bit of a controversy with it because several months into codes initially, the way that they had it set up was actually against Apple policy. Because they had it like integrated through the game rather than through their own third-party website or something similar. So they had to like completely overhaul the code system to what it is today. And in doing so, it did make it slightly worse because you had to go to their website every single time rather than being able to claim it specifically in the game itself. However, they made it up to all the policy and then it got brought back. Codes have pretty much always been the same, though. I wonder if they're ever going to buff codes to the economy of the game. Because treasure maps are a little dated, to say the least. Unless they update them with a major patch soon. Because the only thing really good in them is, of course, the singular gem key. They never got rid of the second redeem code webpage. That's kind of funny. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if there's a bunch of hidden pages on their website that just never gotten rid of. Because I don't think they maintain that part of the website. I think it's done through like a third-party thing. Same as how the forum's set up. Like, they mostly just have it set to auto posts, and it's ran through a third-party program. Yeah, there are multiple ways to get to the redeem code section. And some of them are even different pages. Because I guess they never, like, deleted the old page layout or something, I'm not sure. That's still there. I wonder if there's, like, a link to get to the old team setup on their website. I highly doubt it. I'm pretty sure they deleted that at this point. Because one thing that used to be on the website until other third-party options did it way better. Like, for example, Gems of War Database and eventually Terran's World. But back in the day, Gems of War themselves used to have, like, a troop list and a bunch of data on troops and a bunch of stuff like that on their website. But they eventually took it down for two reasons. One is they were really bad at updating it on a frequent basis. And the other reason being that third-party websites just did it better. Like, substantially better. Like, so much better, they just gave up on even bothering to update it. And eventually just took it down. Compared to how good everywhere else was doing it. Oh, so hello, D13. Hello, Jonian. Welcome, welcome. I'll take a blue. Throw a Rowan in there. It's always nice having a Rowan. Makes it so chill. You barely have to think about anything. Just click button into click button. Unfortunately, we don't have the power to go with it. Which makes it slightly slower, but the damage is still there. The only weird thing about Deep Delve variants now is whenever we end up having them, you have to think about multiple different layouts every single time, rather than just a standard one over and over again, which slightly changes the pattern at which you have to click. Which just overall isn't too big a deal. It still slightly gets in the way. Because generally the two layouts for any kingdom are drastically different where you need to click and in what order. They still follow the same theme though. Like Fang Moor is basically you have to go down the snake-like path and then take all the fragments that are outside of the snake-like path, all of which are treasure rooms. Because right here, this is guaranteed treasure room and this is guaranteed treasure room. So here's a little snake path and then treasure room, final room. And the other one's the same way. But instead of it being like wings or serpent-like thing, it's like little legs for the other one. As you said, that better not be enough durability when he does that, but he'd even get it off, so it didn't even matter. Oh, so where's our Foul Raven? We should be getting one soon. I hope so. If we don't get one next 8 battles, we're gonna get gypped. I think it's guaranteed that we will, unless I already escaped and I didn't even realize it. Highly doubt it, though. I just haven't seen it yet. Because, yeah, you go down the serpent path and then you take all the little limbs. Yep, they're both the same way. And in both of them, all the limbs are a treasure room. Which we're probably going to get a Vow Raven on one of those treasure rooms then. Because we'll do these 3, then like the first treasure room we'll take will probably be a Vow Raven. Based on where it normally falls. Seems like exactly what's going to happen. Find out in a minute. I need water. I've gone through so much water today. There's actually been some really nice weather around here lately. It's starting to feel like really comfortable summer weather. Like not too hot, not too warm. I want to make a bet. The battle after this battle is Valraven. Oh, we got it early. Oh, I wanted on the treasure room. I knew it was coming like any second now. One battle too early. Unfortunate, but there we go. It doesn't really matter when we get it, as long as we get it there. But it has been got. Now that we have it, we don't need to worry about it now. Now it comes down to, do we get enough multiplier? And based on the layout, I'm going to assume no. Mostly because the Weavy down the path route, at least for the other format, for the Deep Delve, it's actually a little bit better because it's higher multiplier. But for the non-Deep Delve variant, its multipliers aren't particularly high. So I'm pretty sure we're going to be like 2,000 points short or something, 2 to 3,000. So it does mean we're going to have to waste the 30 gems, but it's fine. It's kind of worth it for the extra orb, of course. You also get a treasure roll for the 30 gems. Which, you know, sometimes it's a good treasure. I wish there was more of a point to Underworld treasure. The biggest issue is it just sucks up so much gold, and that gold is better valued going into the guild or being used on merchant offers or, you know, other similar things. Which reminds me, we haven't been merchant hunting much lately. I mention that because we can get a magic buff very soon. And I haven't been working towards it. Like, I think we're like a single deed book away. Like, literally one single deed book away. Not one single deed, but one single deed book away from a Magic Kingdom being upgraded. And I still have not decided. We'll need to make a poll for that sometime in the next few days. Like one day before we actually have enough. Or literally even on the day that we finally have enough. Like, what on earth should be the one we upgrade? It's basically a toss-up between Karkaroth or Darkstone. And I have not made a determination yet. They're both really good options. I think it more so comes down to... And if it is, I'm probably going to go Darkstone. I don't know. But it mostly comes down to which kingdom bonus is better. When it comes to 3 or 4 of the same troop, I feel like the answer is Darkstone. When it comes to 2 of the same troop, Karkaroth actually has way better options, oddly enough. Mostly due to Zolgoth. Like, almost entirely due to Zolgoth. Though there is one other team, Mizmer plus Hero. There's a few situations where that is used. Most notably, probably Diamantina. But there are a few things even before that that it was kind of used for. Just very situationally. Due to the slight magic gain that it has. So hello, Bill. Welcome, welcome. Hope all's been well. I've been having a great week so far. Because honestly, in celebrating my mom's birthday, it's almost felt like a mini vacation. Because I've gotten to experience most of it too. It's been kind of nice. Costs a little bit though. We already spent a couple hundred just the last few days. Let's see. What do we do here? I'll take that over. The best vacation, a staycation. What do we do here? It's not gonna be enough. You know what? I'm gonna do this just for fun. We don't need that much damage. I'm just trying to figure out what on earth we do about the Submerge. Oh, I could have just cast it. Oh no, we had the other Submerge. Why'd I do that? I could have, you know what? We already had the win condition. I could have done the alignment on Mirage Queen and then immediately Rowaned. Because we had extra turn green alignment, which would have given us 4 times curse, and then we could have Rowaned for the whole kill. 2 level 15 kingdoms, but like 10 to 11 power level 5. Oh, you mean on your other account? Yeah, it's making some pretty good progress. How long have you been playing it for? Like a month? Because I think I stopped my Switch account after a month. That was actually the most recent new account we ever made, and at this point, that's been like 3 or 4 years ago. So hello, Insane Gamer. Welcome, welcome. The Merchant Angel system does wonders for new players. Oh yeah, I bet. It would give you a lot of loot, as well as access to loot that would normally be pretty unobtainable from an earlier state of the game. For example, easier access to finishing your Anus and Nishas. Particularly Nishas. Like, Nishas are... that's like a multi-month endeavor for a new account in the past. Like, if you wanted 3 Nisha medals, you're talking like a 2-6-month grind, depending on how much you were playing. But now with the new merchant system, if you really want to, you get to get it done in like a month. Even from like a fresh account. Maybe 2 months, depends how it goes. But you can get it done way quicker than you were in the past. Because you have a lot of ways to earn them for free. Without even having to do high-level explore. Because that's probably the biggest benefit of it too. Before, to realistically get it, I think the minimum you had to do was explore 9. And ideally you wanted to do explore 12 because they had the best ratio for it. But now you can actually get Nishas on explore 1. Not from the direct reward, but from merchants and angels. The direct reward still does not give you any. But you can still get them from merchants and angels regardless of what difficulty you're doing in explore. So even at a super low difficulty, you can still get the highest tiers of Anus, Nisha, stuff like that, without having to do Explore 12, which is really useful for newer players. As well as just everyone, just to be able to get Nishas better. But it makes it so newer players don't have to do harder content to still get them. It does cost a lot of gems to get them from the merchant, but the ones from Angels are free. Or I should say the singular one, because I believe it only drops 1 when you get to drop. That is still more than none. They add up over time. Yeah, they've been making a lot of changes lately for newer players, which makes sense. Obviously, they always need more players coming into the game. Every free-to-play game does. Yeah, they've been doing a lot of changes recently to help out newer players. Like, even the most recent patch kind of overhauled the whole new player tutorial and stuff like that. They're always trying to do things for it. I feel like that's an issue with almost every free-to-play game that has ever existed for any duration of time. After the couple year mark, it becomes a lot harder to onboard newer players. It's because the game's already been established for so long. Because I know, generally speaking, I wouldn't want to join into a game like 5 years into its lifespan. This just seemed fun enough to do so. Especially when it comes to like MMOs or something. But even just all free-to-play things. It's just a lot harder to get in if the game's already been established for a very, very long time. Trial sure ain't it. Trials is in a weird position. Honestly, I don't hate them that much. But their difficulty curve makes no sense. And yeah, for a newer player, they have no chance of completing trials. Because not only would you have to own every troop that's in the options to have them be leveled to any degree, or even traded for that matter, but you would also need to have the stats to actually win. And people with max stats barely have the stats to win for some of them. Let alone new players. When it comes to like the super high range of those battles. But you still need to go do that this weekend. Luckily, that's pretty much the only thing we have to do because Arena weekends this weekend, so we basically have no event. Actually, you know what we might do this weekend? Friday, Saturday, and Sunday during the day. I think we're finally going to play Breath of the Wild. Since there's nothing going on in Gems of War. Well, other than Friday when we're getting the Mythic, but I'll cover a video on that earlier on. But aside from that, I think we're finally going to play Breath of the Wild. It's been on my things to do that keeps getting delayed. On the very long list of things. But it's one of those that has been put off for so long. Actually, it's been put off for so long. We've been mentioning it since, gosh, Age of Calamity. When Age of Calamity came out in, like, 2019, 2020. We've been mentioning it since then. And we still have not played it. But, yeah, we need to. Because Tears of the Kingdom comes out in, like, a week, I think. Not this Friday, but I believe next week's Friday. Which I haven't pre-ordered yet. I assume they have pre-orders for it. Pretty sure it's not even a pre-order bonus, but I'm getting it regardless, so might as well. Hopefully it won't be disappointing. Honestly, I've been completely blind to all news on it. I haven't watched any trailers recently. I'm kind of doing the, which I'm kind of glad I did for that game as well. I'm kind of doing the, Xenoblade Chronicles 3 approach that we did. Where I'm honestly not looking at anything related to the game. I'm just waiting until it actually comes out. Haven't been watching trailers or anything, keeping up to date with it. Just Just gonna do it when it comes out. Mythic tier list 2023, that is still planned, yes. I hope to have that up in the next 2 days if I can. Very soon, TM. My only concern is what on earth is going to happen with the Adana rework. Because you know what's going to happen. If I cover that tomorrow, or not tomorrow, I definitely won't have time to finish it tomorrow. But if I cover it on Thursday, in 2 weeks from now, they're going to, like, ultra nerf Ironhawk, and then on our tier list video, it'll be like, Ironhawk's one of the best things in the entire game. And then, like, 2 weeks later, it's like, oh, it's kind of average now. No, they better not nerf the Ironhawk. But, they are doing an Adana rework in 2 weeks, so we'll see what they do. Oh, they should realistically have the tier list up before then. Hey, we actually got enough points. I'm surprised. We didn't need to buy any extra. Anything good? Ooh, an Orb of Glory. Nice. Let me update the number. Where even is my update number category? There we go. 105. Boom, boom, boom. There we go. Perfect. Anyways, in other news, let's go do other things. Let's go switch over to this. Let's go clear all the dailies. It's on adventure board today. Ooh, a handful of gems. 25. Not a lot, but you know, they add up. And now let's go switch from Rowain build to Rowain build. Keep that nice diversity going. I'll catch you later, Isabel. Have a good nap. Yeah, I ended up taking a nap before the stream for like an hour or two. Honestly, the food keeps putting me out. I've had so much food the last few days. Like, too much. I'm gonna be surprised if I gain like 5 pounds. Need to start up the Ring Fit Adventure stream again now. Do need to be doing more exercise though. Been slacking a bit recently. But now that it's summer and starting to get nicer weather, it definitely is a lot more motivating to do exercise. It's a lot less motivating when it's like super dreary weather compared to when it's actually a nice day. The Wendy Ring Fit Adventure stream? No, you definitely wouldn't want to combine the two. Though, I do exercise that way sometimes. If I ever get Wendy coupons in the mail, sometimes I'll do, if there's ever a super good offer on it, which they generally do. They generally have some where for like $1, you can get like a thing and then get like a whole sandwich for free, which is actually kind of insane. But whenever I see those in the mail, I sometimes cash them in. And I do it for exercise. Even though I'm getting like one thing that is slightly unhealthy, it's basically a free meal if I just walk to it. So I'm like, yeah, might as well. Because I'm not sure if you guys still get those in the mail, like random coupons to places. And a lot of them are 100% not worth it. But for whatever reason, the one that Wendy's have tend to be really, really good. Where you just buy like any one thing, like anything, like any $1, $2, $3 or so item on their menu. And then you get like a whole free like $8 sandwich or however much they are these days. But, yeah, they have some pretty good deals there when those coupons come in. So sometimes I'll walk over to the Wendy's. It's like, oh, that'll be my motivation to go get it. Is go walk there and basically get essentially a free sandwich. Oh, top 3 again? Oh, didn't we do this the other day? Are we about to triple top 3? Look at this luck. This is 2 top 3s in a row, which is currently our tied highest. We have never done more than 2 in a row. So who knows? Maybe we can get the triple top 3. The all-elusive triple top 3. We will eventually get it at some point. And tomorrow might be the day where we finish the trifecta. Top 3, 3 days in a row. We've done it 2 times in a row, 3 times now. But never once have we done 3 top 3s in a row. Or even in the same week, for that matter. Because I think the highest we've ever had in a week has been 2. So hello, Chris. Welcome, welcome. Hope all's been well. Probably more common than Triple Nisha. Actually, it probably is. You know how rare Triple Nisha is? It's actually like almost lottery numbers rare. Actually, maybe even harder than lottery numbers rare. It is. I don't remember the math on it, but it is very low chance. Oh, so we almost got a perfect tribute the other month. We got one tribute off of perfect. It was a 36 tribute for 35 gems, and we got it on stream too. It was only visible for like a second because I mashed through it because generally tributes is not too interesting. But I mashed through it and it happened to be the best tribute we've ever gotten. It was on screen for such a short duration, but if you pause it, you could have seen it. Yeah, we got that the other week. I need to check out the DLC. Honestly, we should go do a revisiting stream of Xenoblade Chronicles 3. Haven't they done like 4 waves of DLC at this point? I have not looked at a single one of the waves of DLC. But yeah, maybe we'll go look into it. And maybe we'll go lower the difficulty too, because honestly, doing it on max difficulty while doing it casually made way too many things later in the game way too bullet spongy. Wow, we got a true perfect today. Not only did we top 3, but we top 3'd into Altar. Or whatever you call the other room, the Blessing. So we didn't even hit a single trap and found all 4 of the non-traps. Perfect. Oh, there we go, we don't need to click anything else. The reason I click on those after we take that is just in case any of them are gems. Because then you just get some free gems. Anyways, oh yeah, I keep thinking like, oh, spring event. No, it's just the spending of it. Yeah, there's nothing there. Anyway, so that's out of the way. That's, what else? We did that. Hey, 69. Faction we finished. Is that all the things already? No, word event. I was gonna say, there should be one other thing. In the end, it doesn't even matter. What's that one song? I have the melody stuck in my head, but I can't remember the lyrics. That's a really old song. Isn't that from like the early 2000s? Let's see. Oh wait, what's your alignment again? Yellow to green. Oh, we got a Valraven too. Okay, we'll do that. Also, Vinoxia is very broken in this event. As much as I'm not too huge a fan of using Vinoxia these days, it is just way too powerful this event to not use if you have it. It's a lot of true damage. There's also no penalty in this mode for deaths, like some of the other modes. It's on your playlist. Actually, I don't have any song playlists. I basically like don't even listen to music these days. I kind of stopped after college. Like since college, I pretty much, well, it's mostly because modern music has not gotten particularly good. Maybe if you search very hard for it. But I don't know, it feels like it's been going downhill. Like, the last year I recall music being really, really good was probably 2015. Or sometime around there. Give or take a year. Modern music is not good. Try telling that to metal fan. Oh, I have never cared for metal. It's one of several genres I don't fully comprehend. $2000 is when that song came out? Oh gosh, that's old. I knew it was really early 2000s. I didn't realize it was exactly 2000. That's really old. Oh, you haven't upgraded Prismatic Orb? That's kind of funny. It used to be meta back in the day. Like, way, way back. And also, for the longest time, it was one of only two 6-color weapons. Of course, these days we have Almighty Diamantina. However, back in the day, it was only 2 options. Either Prismatic Orb or whatever the other thing was called. I actually don't remember that little pendant thing. Two more, and I'm pretty sure that'll be the last 2 because Valraven just fell there. What do we need here? Take that one over. I haven't been getting that many Venoxia loops. Which is one of the reasons I tend to not use Venoxia these days. I feel like double gem spawners in general. It's why I stopped running Wild Queen in Guild War for the most part. It's just way too inconsistent a lot of times, double gem spawners. They used to be way better back in the day. That's been a change that's been for a while now, like 4 or 5 years. They changed how double gem spawn. And ever since then, I've not been a huge fan of them. I will take that one down. It's because I knew their power beforehand, and they just seem so nerfed comparatively. What they used to be. Ah, there we go. How's the guild doing? Are we slacking, or are we in, like, the middle? Let's see. We are in the middle, yay. Lower middle, but middle nonetheless. Oh, we got 2-0. That's fine, though. I'll get it done eventually. Anyone super carrying? We don't have any super carry this week. Interesting. All good, though. Can't always have someone doing it. As long as it gets done by the end of the week, doesn't really matter when it gets done. As long as it gets done. Anyways, so what we're doing. We've done all the things, so you know what that means. Let's go help some Volkies. Better we can merchant grind, but I don't know, I kind of want to get into those Volkies. We still have so many from the last Vault event. I've barely even been chipping at them. Let's run Diamantina for this. We haven't been running Diamantina much lately. Where even are my Diamantina teams? Did I overwrite like almost all of them? We still don't have the extra magic. I'm still gonna go with it though, just to see. Yeah, one nice thing about sigils for most things in Gems of War is it doesn't actually matter when you use them, which is really nice. Oh, what am I doing? We already have enough damage to win. I forgot. You don't have to double cast. But as long as you log in every single day, you just keep stacking them up. So even if you don't use them, they still keep stacking. There are some things you have to use every day, like for example the Underworld sigils. But there are a lot of them for guild-related events, particularly, that tend to just last the entire time, and you can just kind of stack them until you want to use them. Like World Event, for example, you could literally do all the battles on Sunday and, you know, it still maintains the full amount of value. One thing I like about most of the modes in this game, even though we generally do it every single day because, you know, we stream it and everything, if you really want to, you could just wait all the way till the end. I know whenever I go on vacation or, you know, not around, I normally do it that way. Like, I'll wait till, like, Friday or Saturday and then get, like, everything done at once. Just wait till the weekend. And for most things, you can do that. But they have been increasingly adding, like, forced do-it-every-single-day modes. Like the Kingdom mode, whenever they have a holiday event, has been like that. Obviously, the entirety of Underworld is like that. The Underworld, you can slightly delay if you queue up a bunch of kingdoms with battles. But there's a max of how much you can delay with that feature. But in theory, with 37 factions, you can delay almost 13 days worth. Technically, a good, comfortable 12 days worth. It's almost 2 weeks worth of battles which isn't too bad. Yeah, the saving sigil mechanic's pretty useful. I technically use it and don't use it. Like, I have every single faction queued up with one. I just have it so I can see what the teams are whenever I cover the weekly video in case I forget. It's honestly the main reason I have them all queued up. It's not because I'm trying to save them for a later point, but it's entirely so every Monday video I remember what on earth the color is. Because half the time I honestly forget which faction corresponds to which color if I don't look at its banner or something similar. And one of the easiest ways to do that is simply just have a battle queued up and just look at it because it tells you what colors it is then. There are other ways to see it without doing that, but that's the quickest way of seeing it. So I have a battle queued up for every kingdom for that purpose. And I don't even do the daily anyway, so obviously over time we're just going to queue them up on everything regardless. Also, how are you not dead yet? Skull. No! Luckily we have enough damage, so it's not going to matter. There we go. Yes, Adana rework should be in 2 weeks, because we have the Kingdom event in 2 weeks, and it would make the most logical sense if they both correspond with each other. It was also mentioned a while back that the Adana rework is in May, and 2 weeks from now is May. But, yeah, it's very likely. We don't have 100% confirmation on it yet, but it's probably going to happen, unless they're going to delay it. Because it seemed like that was going to happen one time a couple years ago, too, and they end up ultimately delaying it, so that could still happen again. But yes, the Adana rework is very likely 2 weeks from now. There is a small chance it won't be, but very likely will be. And of course, this could be a huge buff for the viability of mechs. The biggest concern is what are they doing with Ironhawk? As long as they don't touch Ironhawk in any way, shape, or form, I will be happy with whatever on earth they do to Adana. Also, are you allowed to move the gem? You are. That's so weird. There's basically like 3 properties to these gems. And whenever the gem comes out, it never really clarifies which one of the 3 it is. It's either... it either is movable and counts as a color. Movable and doesn't count as a color, which of course this one is. Or immovable and doesn't count as a color. Also, we haven't had the 4th variant yet, where it is immovable but counts as a color. We have the other 3, but not the 4th option yet. Not sure if they ever will add something like that. I feel like wild cards should be like that, but they actually didn't make them like that. Hey, we got, what's her name? I haven't gotten that new tarot card yet that they said they added this week. What's the best order for this kingdom trial battles? We covered that in the weekly video as well. Let me go show it again. Also, I've been wanting to cover a master video to that. If I have time, I'm going to try to get it out tomorrow, actually, I think. Because I wanted to cover it for every single kingdom in the game. And we're also going to be covering on every Monday video like we did this week. But this was the order. I haven't done the super high battles yet. I will be later this week. Once they fix the offer, because I still think they have not fixed it yet. Or just do it by Saturday if they don't fix it at all. But the team that we're going with is Bone Dragon, Carrion Crow, Apotheosis, and Keeper of Souls. Alternatively, you can also tank with Carrion Crow, depends how you want to run it. The main gimmick of doing it this way is Bone Dragon, War Sphinx. Get War Sphinx killed as quickly as possible. Then Carrion Crow, and once Bone Dragon eventually dies, and White onto Keeper of Souls. And try to get Keeper of Souls dead. The other alternative is just try to wipe top to bottom. But this becomes increasingly harder the deeper you get. Whereas the strategy will eventually have to be get rid of War Sphinx so you can get Freeze off. And then just go all in on Keeper of Souls. Because once Keeper of Souls is dead, you basically win. The problem is getting to that point. And the only way they could do that is with single target Carrion Crow. And with Keeper of Souls White Summon. And that's pretty much the main strategy. And for the earlier battles, obviously, it's just like skull spam until they're dead. But that's pretty much the game plan for it. It really comes down to stats. This is one of those that is extremely stat dependent compared to some of the weeks. Like sometimes you can use some kind of gimmick like Devour, Insta-Kill, Infinite Loop like we had last week to get it done. But this one's definitely you just need durability and luck to get through it. But yeah, we'll be doing that probably this Saturday, or once they fix it, whichever one happens first. If they don't fix it by Saturday, we'll do it on Saturday, and if they do fix it before then we'll do it on whatever day they actually fix the mechanic. Because I want to wait until we could buy the pet, so we can get the pet maxed immediately. Because we already did that for the other pet. If I type in star, we only have the one currently. Or sorry, two. Wait, when did we get Starlight? Wait, what? When did that happen? Wait, what? Oh, Starlight. Never mind. That's something different. I thought that was one of the star pets. I was like, wait. Yeah, we only have one of the star pets so far. Starry Fox from Volpacia last week. And obviously we'll be getting the one for Kedar, but I want to wait until they fix the gem mechanic to buy it out for 1,000 gems. Anyways, what we're doing, let's go back to some Volkies. How many are we at right now? We'll open like another 10, I think. See if we can get anything lucky. So far, we haven't gotten anything. The best thing we got was when we got a double orb from the event. We got a, from the faction event, we got a glory orb. Small glory orb, but you know, they add up. 1 million gems, I know, right? What was even the issue with it? Because it was working perfectly fine for me. And then they did the 1 million gems change so that no one would buy it. And now, like, everyone's posting on the forum. I saw it earlier. Like, hey, well, like, people who weren't aware of the change, but still post on the forum. There's, like, several posts, like, why is there an offer for 1 million gems in the game? Like, there are a lot of people confused about it. And I'm pretty sure people, like, you know, just randomly looking at it, like, who don't keep track with the forum or anything with the game, are even more confused as to why on earth there's a 1 million gold offer sitting there. Oh, you're hoping that it doesn't enter the Forge until after we know? Yeah. Honestly, I almost want to delay the Mythic tier list until after we know. Because if we cover Mythic tier list again, because that actually happened last Mythic tier list, mostly the Farish Ra. Everything else was still the same. But Farish Ra, when we covered the previous Mythic tier list, was considered around S tier. Then Ironhawk came into the game, and it was considered one of the worst troops in the game then. Because Ironhawk just became so much superior to it that it made the other one useless. Which is generally how things in Gems of War work, for the most part. Like, for example, Phoenicia is way worse than what it was, like, a year ago. Not because it's any less effective, but because better options have been added to the game. Like, it's still pretty high up there. Like, it didn't fall as much as Farish Ra did. But, and Farish Ra also fell off because of damage output. It's just never been that good, and as stats keep going higher, it becomes worse and worse. So it fell off in two ways. The way that he grinds and the way that he does damage. Phoenicia only fell off in the sense that she still does the same damage, but other things do more damage now. Most notably Diamantina. Which is something we always knew about her. And it was always a liability of... it was always a matter of when than if. Like, Phoenicia was always in the category where it wasn't unique enough that it was always going to fall off at some point. But she lasted a lot longer than I was expecting. Phoenicia lasted as, like, one of the most viable things for, like, 4 years in a row or something. Which honestly was, like, double the time I was even expecting her to. I was expecting it to be viable for maybe, like, a year or two. And then fall off. But, I don't know, it's still good to this day. And, it took, like, 4 years before something, like, super better came in. Let's see, you'll let it buy it, no problem. But it did not have a confirmation screen. So people accidentally bought pets. Okay. Oh, so it just didn't have the confirmation screen. That's weird. Does everything in this game have a confirmation screen for gems now? Because I could have sworn a lot of things don't have a confirmation screen. Like, if I go buy one of those daily offers right now, I'm pretty sure it doesn't tell you to confirm, does it? Let me check. Or, assuming there's an offer that's even remotely usable. Or super cheap. Yeah, does everything here have a confirmation screen? Let me check. So if I was to go to, let's say, offers... never mind, all of these are horrible. I'm not going to click on one of these. So, like, if I click on one of these, does it actually have a warning? Like, if I click this, will it say, are you sure you want to buy it? Or will it just buy it? I actually don't remember. But yeah, I can't click on any of these three. All three of those are way too horrible to even attempt clicking on. Because if there's no warning on there, we just wasted, like, 200-something gems. So, we're not gonna do that. Let's see. Treasure Hunt and Arena doesn't have a confirmation screen as well. Yeah, it's weird that Arena doesn't. Because it has those 10% offer thingies, which can make you waste up to, like, almost 500 gems with a single click. Yeah, there's no warning for that. Anyways, let's go open our last 2 keys. I'll probably call it there for now. There are 0-8 on the 6th dragon. Oh yeah, it could take a while. We went like 26 dragons in before we found our last one. It's honestly one of the most annoying grinds currently within the game because of how luck-based it is. And it just keeps consuming more and more gems as you get unlucky. They said they were going to make changes to that system, but they never have. They made Dragonite easier to obtain since then, which I guess might be partially their change. However, they have never changed how luck-based it is to finish Diamantina. It's still among one of the most luck-based troops in the game. Though not the most luck-based. The most luck-based still goes to, gosh, what's he called? The Mimic. The Mimic is by far the most annoying luck-based thing to get in the game. But luckily it's not usable, so it's not that big a deal. Diamantina's... The biggest issue with Diamantina is it's the most luck-based thing in the game that is actually usable. Because even though getting the Mimic is more... or what, isn't it called the Mimic? What's it called? Isn't it called Mimic? Or it's called like Grand Mimic or something. Horde Mimic. Because Mimic goes to this one. But yeah, even though Horde Mimic is the hardest thing to get in the entire game from a luck-based perspective, it's not usable. Whereas Diamantina is the most luck-based thing to get in the game that is actually good. And really good at that. Whereas Horde Mimic is the most useless thing in existence. It doesn't even have that other immune trait. It literally only has Impervious. It doesn't even have the better Impervious. Like Enraged Carandera and all of them. I always forget what it's called. I keep calling it by so many different names. But, what did I do? Enrated? How did I order if I do Engraded? Enraged. Well, what? I'm trying to type with one hand sideways because my other one is holding a water bottle. Oh no. There it is. But yeah, the Invulnerable trait. Like, I don't understand why they didn't give it Invulnerable at least. They give it Impervious instead of Invulnerable. Which is very unfortunate because that could have actually made it... Like, it still wouldn't have been viable. But, you know, at least it would have been, like, okay. It would be one of only a few invulnerable troops in the game. But they didn't do it. I'm kind of disappointed they didn't. Because now Horde Mimic's just useless. And to a degree, that's kind of a good thing. Because of how rare it is. But also, you know, you'd be cool if it was at least, like, somewhat an option in a team. Even if it was a bad option. But right now, it's just too bad to even consider using into a team. It's under the category of really bad tank mythic. And it doesn't even do the tank mythic category particularly well either. It's way too luck-based because of how... It is basically just Mimic, but with more extreme options as far as what it ends up ultimately doing. But anyways, guys, any other questions? Otherwise, I believe we might call it for tonight. We will be back tomorrow, same time as always, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 1 hour prior to now tomorrow on Wednesday. Our main goal for tomorrow is probably just grinds. Not much really going on. We are getting the pet thingy, but it is one that's already been out. I believe it's Undead bonus, if I'm not mistaken. So if you haven't already gotten that, you can get more copies, get your first copies, get it upgraded, all that. I believe we already have it maxed, and if not, well, more copies towards it. Aside from that, yeah, it's mostly just daily grinds. Take all that out, have more redeem code. All the normal stuff we normally have. And the next big new content is this Friday, then when we get the Mythic. And we'll, of course, cover a video on it on the morning, covering the Mythic and all that. But anyways, guys, I'll catch all of you guys later. Thank you so much for stopping by, and I hope you all have a wonderful, wonderful weekend. Or a wonderful week. It's too early to be saying weekend, isn't it? Well, I hope you all have a wonderful week. Goodbye, everyone. Thanks for watching.